Broken Rib Brioche Stitch. How to make the Honeycomb Scarf from Modern Daily Knitting Field Guide number 21, Brioche. In this video, you'll learn how to make the Honeycomb Scarf, designed by Nancy Marchant for MDK Field Guide number 21, Brioche. The Honeycomb Scarf is worked in two-color broken rib brioche stitch. You will be knitting flat, working back and forth on a circular needle long enough to hold all the stitches. After casting on, there will be 2 setup rows, followed by the 4 rows of the pattern repeat, which you'll follow for the rest of the scarf. In the video, we show a mini version of the honeycomb scarf, which is a great way to learn and practice the techniques. Otherwise, we are following the pattern exactly as written. Two-color long tail cast on. Make a slip knot with 1 strand of color A and 1 strand of color B held together, leaving a 4-inch or 10 centimeter tail. The slip knot does not count as a stitch and may be removed once the cast on is complete. Work the same way as you would for a regular long tail cast on, placing color A on the thumb and color B on the forefinger. For this practice piece, cast on 27 stitches. You can now undo the slip knot. Set up rows. Set up row A. Using color A, purl all stitches and leave color A at the end of the row. This is a wrong side row. Do not turn the work. Slide the stitches to the opposite end of the needle, ready to work another wrong side row. Set up row B. Using color B, purl all stitches and leave color B at the end of the row. Now, both color A and B are at the same end of the needles. Turn the work. Using color A, knit 2 stitches. Then knit 1, slip 1 yarn over. Repeat these 2 stitches, knit 1, slip 1 yarn over, to the last 3 stitches. And knit the last 3 stitches. Do not turn the work. Slide the stitches to the opposite end of the needle, ready to work another right side row. Using color B, knit 2 stitches. Then knit 1, brioche purl 1, which means to purl the stitch slipped in the previous row together with its yarn over. Repeat these 2 stitches, knit 1, brioche purl 1, to the last 3 stitches. And then knit the last 3 stitches. Turn the work. Using color A, purl 2, slip 1 yarn over. Then purl 1, slip 1 yarn over. Repeat these 2 stitches, purl 1, slip 1 yarn over, to the last 2 stitches. And then purl the last 2 stitches. Do not turn the work. Slide the stitches to the opposite end of the needle, ready to work another wrong side row. Using color B, purl 2, brioche knit 1, which means to knit the stitch slipped in the previous row together with its yarn over. Then purl 1, brioche knit 1. Repeat these 2 stitches, purl 1, brioche knit 1, to the last 2 stitches. And then purl the last 2 stitches. Now turn the work. That's it. Now repeat the 4 rows of the stitch pattern until the end of the scarf, leaving enough yarn to work 2 finishing knit rows, one in color A and one in color B, and bind off. Things to notice. As you work, you'll start to notice how broken rib brioche works. The basic idea is that you work each right side row and each wrong side row in 2 passes, 1 pass in color A and 1 pass in color B. On the first pass, you alternate a plain knit or purl stitch with a slip stitch yarn over. One way to think of this is that the yarn overs open the fabric. They literally create openings. On the second pass, you alternate a plain knit or purl stitch with a brioche knit or a brioche purl, thus resolving or closing the yarn overs you made on the first pass. This will help you keep track of which row you're on in the 4-row sequence. You can find the complete pattern for the Honeycomb Scarf along with illustrated instructions and additional tips on brioche knitting from Nancy Marchant in MDK Field Guide number 21, Brioche. The field guide and all materials for making Nancy Marchant's brioche designs are all available in the MDK shop. Join us every day on moderndailyKnitting.com for knit-alongs, how-tos, and beautiful shopping for yarn, books, and everything else that makes knitting fun. Love, Ann and Kay.